Wow. What's up, YouTubers? This is Grand F here, formerly Gone Baby Han. Just got back from a Walmart premiere night exclusive first look of Man of Steel. And, man, I don't get where all this hatred from all these critics are coming from, dude. Maybe they're just not real Superman fans, or maybe they did not want to see a Superman film where Kal-El kicks fucking ass. Like, this was the Man of Steel, the Superman movie that I've been waiting for like years. And I cannot even tell you how much more action-packed and entertaining and a lot less damn boring this movie is compared to the last film, Superman Returns, which I just thought was boring. In that film, there's only like 3 really good scenes where Superman is even in the fucking suit, and this one is just... It's got a really good backstory and just action, dude. It's just, the special effects are unbelievable. And all these people are saying that it looks fake. It looks incredible. But I digress. Anyway, let's get into the review. This is going to be a spoiler-filled review. I am going to talk at length about some of the spoilers in the film. So if you have not seen the film, turn this off right now. Don't watch it. Go fucking see this movie. Go see it tomorrow, opening day. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun to watch with an audience. Go see this film. Now, on to the review. The film opens up with the birth of Kal-El on Krypton. Jor-El is helping his wife, Laura, give birth to Kal-El, and it's a great scene. There were these really cool, like, pod things that followed Jor-El around in the house of Jor-El, like in their home, and they were like, it almost looked like those little needle pin things that you put your hand through, and like your hand would come out, and like all the little needles would stick out. It was like this cool little metallic screen that would like come out in 3D, and I didn't see the film in 3D, I saw it in 2D, but the effect looked 3-dimensional. But that was really cool, and it showed like his son's vitals inside his wife's womb, and great scene, really cool. So, turns out that Kal-El is the first natural-born son of Krypton in thousands of years, because they are a species of people that are genetically predetermined for a certain role in their society, in their culture. You're either bred to be a warrior, you're bred to be a scientist like Jor-El and his wife Laura, you're bred to be a general like Zod, a doctor, a priest, whatever. And what happens is Jor-El is trying to warn the council that the planet Krypton is going to implode, and they do. Of course, this is in all the comic book, origins and retellings of Superman's origin. The council doesn't believe him. Well, in comes General Zod, and he is actually starting a coup to get rid of the leaders of Krypton that he believes are, basically. Just corrupt leaders, they talk a big game and they don't do anything for his people, and Zod has there's no gray with this guy. He's very black and white. He views Krypton from a certain point of view, and he's there to overthrow the chamber of, the council, and he imprisons and kills many of them, and then Jor-El, he arrests Jor-El, but Jor-El manages to escape and get back to his house in time to convince his wife to take Kal-El into a pod and jettison him towards Earth. From here, it's going to show Kal-El, as an older man. He's kind of a drifter, passing from job to job. He's working on an oil rig, or a busser or a server, waiter, or whatever, which I think is cool because I'm a waiter, But so he keeps exposing himself because he keeps on saving all these people. Everywhere he goes, some kind of situation will happen where he has to rescue people, and he does it, and he keeps exposing himself. And all the while, Lois Lane, this reporter for the Daily Planet from Metropolis, played by Amy Adams, who was really good, comes and she's been tracking him. She's been, following him over the past few years, and, all these strange sightings of this mystery man that has been saving all these people. And from here, Kal-El discovers the ship that the scout ship that his father wanted him to find. It turns out that Krypton had tried to, set up colonies on different planets before for thousands of years, and they had actually tried to harvest Earth but couldn't do it. And so they had left behind some relics deep within the ice in the Antarctic, and that's where, it's kind of this fortress of solitude where Superman takes some of the equipment and the keys and tools that Jor-El gave in his pod when he jettisoned him to Earth when he was a baby. He takes this key that he kept around his necklace from when he was a little kid and puts it into this thing, and it starts up this digital image, this consciousness of Jor-El speaking to him and telling him what he had plans for him and what he wants Kal-El to do, which is to be the guardian and hope and savior for humankind on Earth. And around this point in time, Zod shows up on Earth and wants to start a new Krypton on Earth by basically wiping out all of humanity and starting new genetically born Kryptonians on Earth, which of course Zod doesn't realize it's just gonna fuck up the planet's core just like they did with Krypton and explode the Earth. It's like they keep messing with each planet's core, and it's just they can only habitat a planet for so long before it just explodes. There were a lot of really cool ideas with this film, with how they took the Superman mythos, the mythology. I really liked how the Kryptonians were genetically, predetermined to have a certain role, and how Kal-El was different from all of them because he had free will. I really don't have any complaints about this film. Really, if I had really any complaint, I would say that Michael Shannon's performance as Zod, not terrible, but I kind of felt like he really wasn't made for the role. He was menacing, he was scary, and he was, convincing, I guess, but it kind of seemed a little one note, he just was very serious, very, same, type of voice. He got angry in maybe one or two scenes where he kind of changed his tone, but I mean, it was really kind of a one-note character. Whoever the German actress is that played Fiora, she was amazing. She was really good. Henry Cavill as Superman. I mean, what can you say? This guy is leaps and bounds way better than Brandon Roth. I feel sorry for Brandon Roth because nobody really gave him credit for Superman Returns, even though he tried, but he just was too young and too miscast for that role. And I'm so glad they found an actor like Henry Cavill to play Superman, to play Kal-El, because he was so good. There were a couple of really emotional scenes with him. One in particular that I actually really kind of teared up in was when Kevin Costner, who was fantastic, by the way, played Jonathan Kent. He, through all these flashbacks that you see of Kent in his youth, there's one in particular where, his mother and him and his dad, Jonathan Kent, are caught in a tornado, and they're trying to seek shelter underneath an overpass on a highway, and Jonathan goes back to rescue a girl, or no, he rescued the girl, but then Jonathan Kent went back to go get the family dog, which was still in the car. He runs back, and the tornado's coming. Jonathan Kent gets trapped in the car from the debris. His foot is stuck in the family vehicle, and he cannot escape in time. He gets out, but just as Kent is starting, to make his way over there to try and rescue his dad, his father, Jonathan Kent, holds out his hand and says, "No, I don't want you to expose yourself. You're not ready yet. I don't want to risk my son's safety." Because, Jonathan Kent's whole thing is that he doesn't want his son exposing himself to the world for fear of people, being afraid of him and wanting to capture him or hurt him. And when his dad is taken up into the tornado or sucked up into the tornado and killed, there's this really emotional shot where it shows Henry Cavill and he's like, "Dad!" He's just like crying. I was just like, I teared up, dude. Like, it was such a good emotional scene. Yeah, really, I guess the only complaint that I have about the movie was that Zod, Michael Shannon as Zod wasn't as good as I hoped he would, but that's a minor complaint. I mean, he's one character. I understand that he is the main villain, but his his reasons and his methods for wanting to do the things that he do are understandable, and it's pretty clear cut in the story why he has come to Earth and why he wants to kill all of humanity, because he's trying to protect his people. He's trying to preserve his people, his culture, and create a new Krypton. It's very well explained. I would give this movie, okay, it's no Dark Knight, it's no X2 X-Men United, it's no Avengers, but man, is it good. I think a lot of people tend to rack this film over the coals like the critics have, because I think Superman is such a hard character to relate to because he is basically a fucking god. But most people can relate to Batman because he's a human, or Iron Man because he's real smart and he knows how to build all this stuff. But I was able to totally relate to him because he was just a man looking for his place in the world, which isn't that all of us? We're trying to figure out the meaning of life and who we are and why we were sent here. And I was totally engulfed in this world. The visual effects were amazing. The acting was really good, except for Michael Shannon. And the visual effects and the music by Hans Zimmer, and just everything just came together so well. It was a Superman movie I've been waiting for like years. I loved it. Highly recommend this film. Go see it. You guys have a good night.